Essential 8 compliance across multiple tenants is difficult. Hi, my name is Nathan and I'm from Inforcer. Let me show you how easy compliance with the Essential 8 can be. As you may know, the Essential 8 has 8 categories or mitigation strategies, and then there's a number of controls that fall under that. Application patching, operating system patching, restriction of admin privilege, multi-factor authentication. You've got application control, Office macro restrictions, user application hardening, and regular backups. So they form the 8 categories that all of the policies that you then instigate fall under. So as an MSP, a multi-tenanted approach to this, you've got all of these different categories that you've got to meet. How do you then standardize and enable your customers to have Essential 8 rolled out easily and effectively across all of your tenants that you manage? So here we have Inforcer, and what we're going to do for our customer first is assess where they sit in regards to compliance with the Essential 8. So I'm going to come over to our assessment, select my Essential 8 Maturity Level 1 check, and I'm going to select my tenant. So I've got here the Nakatomi Corporation. I run my assessment against them, and we can see that they've got an overall score of 59%. They've passed of 29, failed of 20. So not a terrible score, but we can see that they need to do some work. We can export this report. We show the customer what it is. It gives them an idea of what the check is, the reason behind the check, why it failed, and also the ISM controls that are then related to that. So let's assume now that we've got authorization to do the work. We've submitted that report. We've got the okay. We got the go ahead. Now, how do we actually fix this? So using Inforcer, this is actually quite a simple process. I now come over here to Align, and I select, based on my master E8 baseline, I'm going to select my Nakatomi Corporation. And what we can see here is that it is broken down into 3 sections. You can see that you have an unaccepted deviation, you've got a recommended from baseline, and you've got the aligned policy set. 2 other areas that exist are the existing customer policies and the accepted deviation. So I've already done a little bit of tweaking to this client in advance. But what we want to focus on first is the recommended from baseline. So here, this is where we can come in. We see a policy here. We go, oh, this is missing. We can see that this is going to be MFA for all users. We can see that this function here is required. So this is MFA for all admins. This is MFA for all users. This gives us a fairly good indication that this needs to be aligned. What we can do is expand this, and we can see the display name, the controls, and we can see what differs. So now all we need to do, rename to baseline, and this changes the customer's policy to match our baseline policy. We hit rename, and that is now processed. So now we can see that this policy is now in our unaccepted deviation. So we can see here that there are some properties that are different. We want these to match the baseline because this is our known good state. We align, we hit next. We select our options. So we want our MFA policy to be enabled. We're happy with the rest of the defaults. We hit submit, we click close. That deployment is now in progress. And we can see it's now disappeared. It will now be showing under the align section. So we can see it here as now aligned. So now we just need to deal with the other issues that we can see here in our organization. So let's get fixing. And now we have 100% alignment for this customer. So now we can actually go back and rerun that assessment and see where we score now. So here we are, we're back here in our assessment. We can rerun it. We've got our Essential 8 Maturity Level 1 check selected. We've got our customer, Nakatomi Corporation, there ready to go. Let's run our assessment and see where we sit. Hey, fireworks, there we go. We've got 100% compliance. We can now export that report, show that to our customer, and that's how quick and easy it can be to achieve Essential 8 compliance. And we can standardize this across multiple customers and have them all sitting in the same way. So thanks very much for watching.